Hey, are you trying to find out where you can read Japanese manga? So I'm Jordan and I've been learning Japanese for a few years and I think I can help you if you give me a shot. I know reading in a foreign language can sometimes be scary, but I truly believe that reading will take your Japanese to a whole nother level. So the two ways I like to read manga are physical and digital. We're going to start with physical first. First on the physical list, we've got the behemoth we all know and love, Amazon. Now, most of us have ordered off Amazon before, so I think that part speaks for itself. Fair warning though, depending on where you live, shipping might cost an arm and a leg. And sometimes Amazon Japan just doesn't deliver to your location. Next, we have Kinokuniya, and if you're lucky enough, you might find one of their bookstores near you. I don't have that luxury, and with a certain pandemic running around, some of you might not want to venture out either. If that's the case, I'd use their online store.
So we're going to go over to kinokuniya.com and you're going to click your location. So for me, it's the US, so I'm going to click that. So here it'll redirect you. And remember when I mentioned how Kinokuniya has bookstores. So if you go over here and you click Kinokuniya USA, you can find out where exactly their bookstores are located. So let's go ahead. If we scroll down, New York, New Jersey, etc., but you guys get the picture. So if we go back, and if we scroll down and click manga in Japanese, so from here, we'll just click any old manga. I like to Grandman, so we'll click that one. So here we redirected in general. So from here, as you can see, you can add to cart, free domestic shipping. What else? So if we scroll down, okay, here it's $8, and if you remember, it's $7.19. So from here, it's pretty much self-explanatory. But let's say this isn't the manga you want, you can just type in anything. Let's click Persona. Give it some time. So boom. So here, as we can see, it is, there are a few different titles for Persona coming up. So they also have books in English and Chinese. So I would make sure that whatever the title you're selecting, it's in Japanese. So let's say here, we'll click this one. As we can see, it's fully in Japanese. And we can, let's click it again. I think you have to click the actual, there we go. So yeah, that's pretty much it from Kinokuniya.
Now, Kinokuniya is a fantastic site with a lot to offer, and if manga just isn't your thing, I bet they'll have something for you. Let me know in the comment section below if you want a full in-depth tutorial. And lastly, for physical, we have Mandarake. Now, I personally haven't used this site, but my friends who have had no complaints.
So here we have mandarake.co.jp. So all the links are in the description below. So if we click on this side, this is where the English, there's also the Japanese side over here. So we click here, and then we hit comics and light novels. So here you can see all of the list of comics and light novels that they have to offer. So I know we were just using this for manga, but there's plenty of, content that you guys can get in order from Japan. One of the things I also found out that was found out from a friend is they said that ordering in bulk is better on this site. So instead of just ordering one off, manga, it's better to order the entire collection because it'll be cheaper as far as shipping goes.
Now that physical's out of the way, let's move on to digital. Now there are two sites specifically that I have personally used for acquiring manga digitally. We have Bookwalker and BookLive. Now what I love about these sites is you don't need a Japanese credit card.
So more often than not, some Japanese sites require you to have a Japanese credit card to make any purchases. But with Bookwalker and BookLive, they've both got you covered. Let's head over to Bookwalker and check out some of the features. So here we have Bookwalker. So what I like about Bookwalker is every so often, I'd say about every week or so, they offer free volumes of manga. So a friend of mine recommended, hey, try reading Gantz. So the first 10 volumes are free. It's actually pretty good. I actually own it physically, but not all of them. So if I click here, and I can even say read right now. So again, it's free. We don't have to pay anything. I'm not even signed in. And another thing that I love to use Bookwalker for is reading weekly Famitsu. So Famitsu is a gaming magazine, and I also believe they have a website, and every week they release a new magazine. And so you can buy it for about 550 yen, which is like, I'd say $5, $5.50, something, give or take. So if I click here, and click here, it'll send me a sample so I can actually take a look at it before, knowing if I want to buy it, which is awesome. So yeah, I feel like it's great when gaming news comes out. Sometimes Japan gets it earlier and I want to read it ahead of time. And so Bookwalker allows me to do that. And like I said, with this can be for any manga. That's the great part. If I go back here, I want to try, let's say I don't know, this one. I've heard, Blue Lock. So again, I can click it and it'll allow me to get a sample of that. So I think that's definitely, even if you don't want to buy digital per se, I would still say it's important to at least try out a manga and get an opportunity. So if you want to read it a little bit, see if you like it before you buy it, I definitely cannot recommend Bookwalker enough. So here we have Book Live, and I believe Book Live and Bookwalker are very similar. The main difference is, I know that Book Live does have an app, but it sometimes can be hard to access. But Bookwalker, I've used it on my phone, and I've got no problem. So if I click here, I can click Shonen and scroll down. Again, there's tons and tons of free Shonen anime. Not all of them are free, but again, every so often I'll get emails that will say, hey, this is what we have free for this time. And so again, if I want to read in browser perfectly, we're ready to go. So I can, take a look and try different things out. So I cannot recommend both these sites enough, Bookwalker and Book Live. Just try them out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So a quick side note for Bookwalker and Book Live, they're completely in Japanese as you saw. So if you're a beginner, it might be a little tough, but I believe if you click around for a few minutes, you'll get the hang of things. And last but not least, we have the Kindle. Now I personally don't read manga on my Kindle because I have the Kindle Paperweight, so it's a little small for my taste, but if you have the Kindle Oasis, I've heard great things.
So before we move on to the bonus, I want to wrap everything up.
For physical books, we have Amazon, we have Kinokuniya, and we have Mandarake. If digital is more your style, then Bookwalker and Book Live have got you covered. You've also got the Kindle for when you're on the go. One thing to keep in mind for our Kindle users, you can only have one region on your Kindle. For example, if this is an American Kindle, when I transferred it over to my Japanese account, all of the books that were on my American account were deleted off here. They're still attached to my Amazon account, but you can't have a Japanese account and a American account sharing the same Kindle.
So finally, we've arrived at the bonus section, and I really do appreciate it if you've made it this far. So what I want to do here is those who are new to reading Japanese, I want to give you a way to ease yourself into it.
So here we have bilingual manga, and what I love about this site, it's in English and in Japanese. So let's say I click a title here. Most of the time with this site, not all of the chapters are fully translated, and I don't know if this is a fan translation or an actual translation, so you'll have to sift through the good and the bad. But if I click a chapter here, scroll down, see it's in complete Japanese. If I click the language switcher, boom, it's in English. So then that way you can try reading it once in Japanese and then switching it back to English to see how much you get you've got. And then from there, you can write down any of the words you don't know and study them for later.
That's it. So thank you. I really appreciate it. If you like this video and you like this content, definitely think about liking and subscribing, share it with friends who are also learning Japanese, and let me know in the comment section below, where do you guys read your manga? Whew, all right. Whew, got it. That actually took longer than I thought, but I think we did well. Oi, huh? Ne aniki, nanka, wasuremashita ka? No, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. We've all been there. I get it. And back in the day, there wasn't even Crunchyroll or Funimation or all these streaming sites that we have now. And depending on where you live, that content might not even be available to you legally. So look, I'm not here to tell you what to do, how to find it, or where to find it. It's out there if you look. Just be careful. So how was that? Warukunai. Sasuga aniki. Would you like to say anything? Majide. Ha ha ha!